Started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, almost right on the dot, but not quite. It's probably going to be turning 9:01 very shortly here. So if you're new, awesome, welcome. First 15, 30 minutes of the live stream, we will cover Bitcoin, then we'll cover the altcoins, then stocks, the indices, and probably check in on the Magnificent Seven as well, who haven't been looking so magnificent lately, right? So second half of the live stream, make sure to put in your chart requests, put in the ticker symbol, put in whether it's crypto, whether the asset is stock, what all the details, if you're long, you're short, all that stuff. Number one, it helps me search for it much faster. And two, then we can talk about it together through what you're looking at versus what I'm seeing on the charts over there. So with that, good morning, Market Snipers. Welcome back, everybody. Martina, good morning. Welcome back. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back, Caesar. Good to see you back here on the live streams. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. Remember, we're still looking for the next possible buy the dip opportunity on Bitcoin. Right? None of this is financial advice, obviously. And this is obviously for educational purposes only. And obviously, we hope to find some entertainment along the way as we are rock and rolling. Agency, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Leo. Thank you. How are you doing? Blue Magic, welcome back. Long time. Yep. And good morning, William. All right, William. So we've got all the YouTubers putting in comments over there, but I haven't seen one Twitter X app comment yet. So maybe they're still waking up over there on the Twitter X app. But speaking of, while we are at it, let's go ahead and figure this out. Smash the like button, smash that repost button, and help me, help you, help me, and throw in a quick comment over there, right? So we'll get this party started over here, and posted a couple charts over there on the Twitter X app as well. Breaking Bitcoin mining stock CLSK has a pending buy signal, right? Has a pending buy signal. Also posted earlier, just in Bitcoin mining stock Wolf has a pending buy signal on the daily chart, breakout or fake out, right? So we're going to dive into all of that. Definitely, the YouTubers are smashing the like button a lot better. I'm not going to lie. The replay crew for YouTube smashes the like button pretty good. So if we could get the Twitter X app people, followers over there smashing the like button, reposting and commenting, that would help out both algorithms, right? So again, help me, help you, help me. The last sell signal on Bitcoin was on Friday the 12th, right? Friday the 12th. The trending dots continue to trend downward. Could the bottom be in? Sure, right? Could have said that about this wick over here. Could have said that about this wick over here. Could have said it about this wick over here, this wick over here, and this wick over here, right? So the wicks keep wicking and the dips keep dipping. Catching a nice little bounce today after dropping below towards the bottom of target 2. And so let's take a look at it over here. Henderson, welcome back, Henderson. Matt, hopefully not just another lower high, right? And Dr. Jeff Ross in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Jeff Ross. Good to see you on here. So let's jump into it, right? This is the daily chart. Turn the drawings back on. One of the things we were talking about is 3 reasons why we were not out of the woods yet on Bitcoin breaking out to the upside, right? Even with the buy signals, even with breaking out. Number one is we wanted to see a candle close back above 73,100, right? Never happened. Number two, not necessarily in order. I'm just pointing out 3 reasons why. I'm not saying, I'd say the second reason is the most important. There's never an RSI buy signal on RSI 2.0 indicator, right? There was never a buy signal. So that's probably the most important to me. 3 is that the MACD never had a bullish crossover, right? So you never had a MACD bullish crossover. So we talked about this 3 reasons why the bottom might not be in. And just be cautious that if you were taking a long position, just make sure to put in your stop loss, A, and then when it was getting far enough away from it, try to move your stop loss to break even, right? So those are a couple of things that we were pointing out on the breakout. The potential breakout to the upside never happened. So you still have this high over here, and then you've got this potential lower high area over here, and then came back down. One of the things that we've been pointing out before, as it was breaking down on that sell signal, is if price takes out this pivot point over here, that confirmed the lower high, in my personal opinion. That confirmed the lower high. So the probabilities were stacking that we were going to not only come back down, retest target 2. I removed target 1 just to kind of keep the chart a little bit cleaner. But target 1 was removed. I left target 2, 3, and 4 on there. And the next possible buy the dip scenario is still laid out like that, right? So the next possible buy the dip scenario, we'll continue to watch it. The trending dots are still trending downward as of right now, and could just be catching a shorter term bounce. Let's see who said that. Matt. Matt was saying this. Hopefully not just another lower high, right? So if it was just another lower high over here, kind of catches a bounce, gets back up in the trending dots, maybe in the downward trend line, and then comes back and starts to roll over. I think that's what Matt's talking about as the next, hopefully it's not just another lower high and it comes out like that. Let's change this to yellow so we can just kind of see this a little bit better over here. So it's too early to say as of right now. And I posted in Discord all my charts with all the exact details over in the Discord every single day of exactly what I'm looking out for the next possible breakout, the next possible buy the dip scenario. Yes, I'm still talking about the next possible buy the dip scenario. I'm not talking about an Amazon fractal comparison where they're trying to fit whatever narrative they're trying to fit. And what I noticed on their Amazon fractal chart, by the way, they started with the Amazon fractal, then they moved to Nike, then they moved back to Amazon. And on that Amazon fractal, they're comparing a monthly chart for Amazon versus a weekly chart on Bitcoin. So, take that for what it is. If it does play out like that, we'll be all over it, right? We'll be all over it, just as we were talking about the breakdown over here. But as of right now, it's still a buy the dip scenario until it's not, in my personal opinion. So, that whole Amazon fractal, you went away from it, you came back to it, you went away from it, you came back to it, and now you're comparing apples to oranges because it's completely different time frames, right? So do you want to see the charts as they are, or do you want to see them through a bearish lens or a bullish lens, right? So you just want to see the charts as from a neutral standpoint. Jeff Ross, man, yep. That's what I was saying. Yes, hopefully not. Watching closely. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Matt. We'll just take it level by level. But as of right now, price to come back down in the target 2 once, twice, 3 times, wicked it a 4th time. So is the bottom in? It's possible. It's possible the bottom is in. I know we talked about this already before, right? We said, yes, the bottom could be in. But if it was going to be a V-shaped recovery, right? If it was going to be a V-shaped recovery, it needed to keep Ving, right? And that's what we talked about. If it was going to be a V-shaped recovery, the price needed to keep Ving. And then over here, we talked about that a lot. It did not. And then it broke back down. And then it needed to keep V-shaped recovering again. And it didn't. It started to roll back over. So that's what we're continuing to watch over here. There was no V-shaped recovery. If it's going to V-shaped recovery, it needs to keep V-shaped recovery. You can't just change the V. Now it would be a W, right? It went from a V, then now it's a W, and that didn't work out, right? So just be aware that it's still bearish on the daily chart. And on the weekly chart, if you kind of zoom out here, it was ultra bullish, came all the way back to the trending dots. Maybe it'll find support at target 2 and the trending dots, kind of a confluence area over there. And of course, we know when things are wrong. If it doesn't find support at target 2, 3, or 4, then things are off and something's different, right? Obviously, we probably wouldn't be waiting for something to unfold that far or that long, but that's why the arrow is down there. Something could be off on the next possible buy the dip if it's not finding support at target 2, 3, or 4. I still would say it's a buy the dip opportunity unless it starts breaking down. Candle closes below target 4. So as of right now, Still trending downward. The buy the dip scenario could be up over here, could be down here, and of course, there's still room to the downside as well. Woo, we've been covering this every day. So every day we've been covering this, and we'll continue to cover it. Let's take a look at a couple bright spots, though, right? A couple of bright spots. There are two Bitcoin mining stocks that have pending buy signals. So could they just be a bounce and buy that rip? If you buy that dip, you might want to sell that rip type of scenario. I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll take a look at it. But let's see, Ethereum. The difference with Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these other altcoins is Ethereum hit target 4, right? Bitcoin only hit target 2 of 4 so far. And then some of the altcoins went well below target 4, right? So they all hit differently. Let's see. Hector, good morning. Welcome back, Hector. So Ethereum, had that nice move up, had that last buy signal over here at 2370, went ultra bullish on the daily chart, and then started to break back down, hit target 3. I removed target 1 and 2 off the chart, just kind of clean it up a little bit, kind of went through consolidation, and then broke back down to target 4 over here. So will Ethereum find support at target 4? Possible, right? Possible. And this would be more of like that buy the dip scenario over here. Yes, there could be a more aggressive breakout over here, possibly, but the trending dots are still trending downward. So you want to see like the trending dots catch up, A, right? B, find support at a key target area, and C, start getting closer to that next pending buy signal, right? So the next pending buy signal. And then this would be that higher probability that, hey, it's starting to break out and flip around on a trend reversal over here like that. So still watching Ethereum. Could take some time to play out. My handy dandy TA that we always joke about in the Discord is however it plays out, right? It's going to play out, probably something like that. If it were to put in higher lows, right? So if this is going to be the low over here on a daily candle close, and it puts in a higher low, that is going to be your higher probability on that next possible buy the dip scenario. However it plays out, right? Obviously, it could spike up, spike down, spike up, spike down. So that's why I just draw something silly like that, because it could spike up, down, right? Something like that, and then take off. Of course, it could come out and take out this wick first, and then still close back above over here. So we don't know how it's going to play out, but you start getting daily candle closes back out here, right? That would be the higher probability trend reversal. The trend reversal is in, and the next possible buy the dip scenario. So that's Ethereum. Woo-wee. Solana, they're all going to be very similar thoughts, right? Similar thoughts over here. So let's see. Let's draw this out. Solana hit 4 targets to downside. This downward trend kind of lines up with the trending dots a little bit. So that would be very similar thoughts over here on Solana. Maybe it takes longer. I don't know. But at the very least, right? At the very least, it'd probably be something like that. So let's see. Chainlink came all the way down, hit 4 out of 4 targets to the downside. A lot of these trend lines are off because I accidentally had the log chart on when I was drawing them, based off of higher time frames, like the monthly chart and stuff like that. So let's see. Chainlink came down, hit 4 targets, back below the 200-week moving average, below the trending dots. It was getting oversold. These blue candles, light blue candles, are oversold candles, right? It can remain that way, but it was getting oversold. It was getting oversold. So still hasn't found bottom as of yet. It could have over here at $11.80. It's possible the bottom is in on Chainlink, but I would still be waiting for a higher probability reversal back to the upside, as talked about on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Near the bottom could be in, spiked all the way back below target 4, but not confirmed yet. Still below the trending dots. You got this higher probability breakout over here, right? However it plays out, they're all going to start looking similar. We don't need to spend a ton of time on it. But DOT came below 4 targets, right? DOT went below the 4 targets, was getting oversold, reversal candle, right? So it's possible that the bottom at $5.70 is in. But again, my strategy isn't to buy every single wick on the way down. My strategy is wait for a higher probability reversal. And if it's 5 or 10% higher than the wick, it's great. It's a lot better than this wick that price dropped another 33%, right? So that's why stay disciplined on my own personal strategy. Sand, right? The next possible buy the dip scenario went well below target 4. Again, oversold. Possible you got a reverse candle. It's possible the bottom is in over here at 36 cents. That could be a gift. The last buy signal over here was at 47 cents. Price is still below it. And before that, when we were covering it, about the first potential significant buy the dip scenario was under 30 cents over here back in October. And it's not too far off of that. So that was our first buy the dip scenario. This is our second major one over here. And price is still below that, right? So possible gift for sand to the upside. We don't know yet. Too early to say. Could take some time to get the ship turned around, right? Filecoin, similar thoughts to sand. This is a more aggressive downward trend line. So maybe this is like a double arrow breakout, and this is like a single arrow breakout. This is how I'd kind of look at it. Algo, similar thoughts. They all start looking very similar after a while. Cardano, right? All starting to look very similar. Rari looks a little bit different. Could be lagging time-wise just because there was bearish divergence followed by the reverse candle. We talked about this in the live streams on the reverse candle after bearish divergence. So could still be further downside on Rari. So, like bottom for Jesse. All right, Leo. Good morning, Jesse. Price closed below support yesterday. Probabilities increased to the downside. What if price closes back above today, though? Yeah, I mean, increases probabilities. It's not the only thing that I'd be looking at, right? And I posted all the charts in the Discord yesterday. I'll post them again today. And of course, I'm posting on Twitter X app as well, but all the details over there. So they'll be ready for it. They'll be ready for it. Trendline break to change of bias. Morning, Jesse. Can you chart inch? Emmanuel, long-time market sniper? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. At least inch. Maybe USD versus the peso. Take a look at that. Choose one or two. What's your top two, Emmanuel? We'll join Replay Club today. Work been super busy late. Yeah. Hey, no problem. Nice to see you and the Snipe family thriving. Let's go, family. Yeah. If the bottom, I didn't be going, do you still get the same targets for sand or just not sure what you're talking about? Longer term targets. There's so many. Depends if you're looking at shorter term targets, longer term targets. Let's keep going. Matic, similar thoughts to all the other altcoins. Oversold over here on Atom, SHIB, Doge, right? Bearish divergence followed by reverse candle, lower high, boom, smash 4 targets to the downside. Still well below the trending dots. It's a possibility that Doge comes back to retest the 200-week moving average, but we don't know for sure. I just circled it over here because Matic and Chainlink did, but we don't know for sure. The bottom possibly could be in over here at 13 cents. Too early to say. If you were to draw out the trend reversal trend line, that's a pretty strong one over there. So we'll see how it plays out. We will see how it plays out. You can put an arrow over here like that. So we're mapping it out. We're getting ready for that next possible buy the dip scenario. You can see that, if it takes some time to play out, it could be another 2 or 3 weeks. Kind of let Bitcoin show us the way, and then let the altcoins follow after that. MicroStrategy is the bottom in, hit 3 of the 4 targets to the downside, still trending downward. And then we mapped out on the live stream, we mapped out like a million small gaps, right? A million small gaps. I don't know if they're going to get filled or not. They're tiny gaps, but we were having fun with it. We were mapping out 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 small gaps down below. If price were to break below target, first of all, price would have to hit target 4. But if price hits target 4 and does not find support, then red arrow and possibly go down and fill some of those smaller gaps. But if it doesn't hit target 4, don't worry about the red arrow, right? So it's got to hit target 4 first and then start closing back below, then red arrow. NASDAQ came down and hit target 1 so far, still trending downward. There's a lot of reasons for the NASDAQ to come down and hit target 2, just as there's a lot of reasons for price to come back down to target 1. We don't know 100% certainty if it will or not, but it's trending that way. So we'll continue watching over here, catching a little bit of a bounce. SQQQ had that breakout. It's the inverse of the QQQs, which is the NASDAQ ETF. So we'll continue watching it over there. It's possible it hits target 1, similar to NASDAQ futures. SP 500, target 1. Dow Jones, below target 1. Russell 2000 has hit. Oh, just dropped my pen that I was playing with. I was twiddling my pen. I was twiddling my pen and I just dropped it on the floor. I don't care that much. So let's just take a quick peek. How are we doing on likes? Let's get a little refresh over here on the Twitter X app live stream. 11. Come on. 11. We got to get a little bit more than that over here. Smash that like button. Hit that repost button. Throw in a quick comment. Let's rock and roll. Russell 2000. U.S. 10-year yield continues to be bullish on the daily chart. U.S. 10-year yield continues to be bullish on the weekly chart. Right? If we move over to weekly chart, still bullish. Monthly chart, still bullish, right? So we will find out if it's going to flip this fourth target from resistance into support or not. It was getting overbought on the rates over here, and we will see. It's still uptrend. And we have this arrow over here, right? If it flips the fourth target into support from resistance, then we'll look for it to retest these this peak over here, right? And if it takes that peak out, then we'll come up here. Here, let me see if I can draw a question mark. See if it can come out. If it retests this and flips that, then we have longer term target 3 over here that we mapped out a long time ago, right? We mapped this out a long time ago based on this breakout back over here, this 40-year downtrend, this 40-year trend line downtrend. When it broke out, we mapped out those targets to the upside. Hit target 1, right? Hit target 2, and then it came close to target 3, and then we have target 4 as well. So we'll continue to watch it. 10-year yields, it's not good for mortgage rates. Pretty sure it impacts some business interest rates as well, which is not good. If the business relies on debt, right? So that's what we'll continue to watch over there on the 10-year yields. The dollar, still bullish on the daily chart, was getting overbought, and there's a reverse candle, could remain overbought, right? Weekly chart remains bullish as of right now on that breakout. Still hasn't hit the fourth target as of yet. Hit the third target back over here in October. Came back down, put in higher lows, and then broke out of that downward trend line. We're still watching it. The VIX is still bullish on the weekly chart. The VIX is still bullish. We mapped this out yesterday, right? We probably won't need to go through it again. Kind of a couple scenarios that we were talking about and playing out. You know, would it get rejected at this resistance? Well, it started to reverse back around with a reverse candle on Taco Tuesday, kind of letting the trending dots catch up. So are we going to see it come back down, kind of let the trending dots catch up, put in another higher low, and then come back up and make a run at it? We don't know for sure, but that's kind of what it feels like as of right now. You got a low, got a higher low. We'll put in another higher low and then continue upward from there on the VIX. That's not good if you're a perma bull, right? It's not good if you're a perma bull. You want to see the VIX stay low. You don't want it breaking out of this downward trend line over here. You don't want it to break out of this downward trend line. And you definitely don't want the VIX to break out of this downward trend line and flip that 200-week moving average. You definitely, if you're a perma bull, you definitely don't want the markets to flip that 200-week moving average and flip that downward trend line up there, right? So we'll keep an eye on it over there. Woo-wee. Let's flip over to the Magnificent Seven real quick. Let's do that. Let's do that. So NVIDIA had that bearish engulfing candle, had that reversal candle, had that bearish divergence, had another bearish engulfing candle. You can't see it because the indicator is turned on, but you can see that it was red. It was red. There's a red wick on there, and it engulfed this candle over here. So another bearish engulfing candle. We covered this on the live stream. We covered it on the live stream this day, all these days, right? All these days. And it's just kind of the trending dots continue to trend downward like that. We talked about it. We covered it. It's hit target one so far, not once, but a few times already. Still below the trending dots. Doesn't mean it couldn't catch a bounce, but it is currently trending downward, and it takes time to play out, right? Catching a little bit of a bounce today after hitting all the way down to $823, right? $823, not seen since March 1st. Let's keep going. Meta. Is Meta going to put in another lower high? It's possible. Looked like a sneaky lower high over here. Who knows if it puts in another lower high and continues downward. We had bearish divergence, right? We had bearish divergence. So now we're seeing if there's lower highs. If it continues to roll over and continues to put in lower highs, we do have a gap all the way down here at 400. This kind of eyeball test this target one, target two, target three, whatever it is. I'd have to map it out for sure, but just kind of an eyeball test. That's kind of how it would play out. Wouldn't surprise me if it still hit ANF target one up here. But as of right now, it looks like it's starting to possibly roll over. Amazon, we cover this bearish divergence followed by a reverse candle, right? We cover this on Monday. Then we had a candle close on Tuesday, a candle close on Wednesday, and it continues to close below the trending dots. The trending dots are starting to kind of trend down, flatten out, and then we could see it possibly roll over after that. Wouldn't be surprised if, price puts in a lower high first and then maybe starts to kind of, similar to NVIDIA, and then maybe it starts to come back down. I was lazy on the target box, so I just drew this random target box with two gaps, right? With two gaps. So we'll see how it plays out. See if the trending dots start to roll over kind of like that. Here, let's change that so we can see it a little bit better. But if the trending dots were to roll over like that, this is kind of how price action would probably work out like that. And that's how I see Amazon possibly. Microsoft had bearish divergence followed by a lower high. This is what we're talking about, right? Bearish divergence, lower high over here, breakdown, and then doesn't mean it couldn't have additional lower highs before possibly going down lower, right? Trending dots are trending downward. That's Microsoft. Tesla continues to break down. People are still wanting to buy dips all the way down, right? But the perma bulls are buying dips all the way down. The daily chart is still bearish. The weekly chart is still bearish. If you zoom out, it's still in a bear market since November 2021. There's not been a new high on Tesla since November 2021. It's been putting in lower highs all the way down, right? Lower highs all the way down. Still trending downward. We had this old target on when we were shorting Tesla back up in here. We had these targets on. It's crushed this target. Price was missed this other target down here by $2 and then went on a rally. And now it's been putting in lower highs ever since. So the weekly chart is bearish. The daily chart is bearish. I think the monthly chart is bearish. The monthly chart is bearish. If it breaks down from this target right here, there's not a lot of support until this target. And there's not even a lot of target. There's not even a ton of support down here. If you're Tesla perma bull, you definitely don't want Tesla to lose this target right now, right? You definitely don't want it to. Who knows if it comes all the way back down and retests the March 2020 lows. We had that as a possibility on at the very top of, let's see. Let me put on, oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. We had this as a possibility all the way on at the very top, right? So what if Tesla came back and retested the March 2020 lows? We were talking about that all the way up here, right? It's still a possibility, right? But we'll take it level by level, and it's never a guarantee. But it's been in a bear market since November 2020, and we'll see if it takes out this pivot point over here. If it does, there could be a lot more downside on Tesla. So we'll see how it plays out. Daily chart is what we'll be watching, and it continues to break down from there. Apple, similar thoughts, has hit 2 targets so far to the downside. You got the third target over here. You could probably move it out even like that, right? You can move it out. And the weekly chart is bearish, breaking down, has not retested the 200-week moving average since January 2019. I say that on every live stream. Let me say it again on this live stream for the second time. The Apple weekly chart, the Apple monthly chart, Apple has not retested the 200-week moving average since 2019. We're talking about more than 5 years, 5 years and 1 quarter. 5 years and a quarter. It has not retested the 200-week moving average. Will it? I don't know. It lines up pretty good with target 4, right? We'll continue to watch it. Google, still bullish on the weekly chart. Could be starting to roll over, but too early to say. Bearish divergence over here. Will it put in a lower high? We don't know yet. Too early to say. All right, let's flip back over. We're 32 minutes into it already. Couple things I wanted to show you is on the Bitcoin mining stocks, right? Is the bottom in? It's possible. It was getting oversold on Hive. Now there's a pending reversal candle. MIGI, too early to call it. I was playing around with this fractal. But, pending MACD bullish crossover just happened while we're going live, right? Not while we're going live, while we are live. Bullish pending MACD crossover on the sharpshooter candles 3.1 in real time. 21% today. Bitfarm, CLSK has a pending buy signal. I posted this already. Marathon Digital, Riot is the bottom in. Are the Bitcoin mining stocks leading the way for Bitcoin? It's possible. It's possible. So we'll see. We're going to make it. Wolf had a pending buy signal. Could be getting back above. It's getting rejected by the trending dots as of right now. Could flip the trending dots. Could get back above the downward trend line and could have a buy signal all in one day. It's possible. Iris Energy, Cypher Mining, right? So we will see. Let's circle back and do some of these requests over here. Bitcoin, is it going to find support at target 2? It's possible. It's possible. Are the Bitcoin mining stocks leading the way? Maybe. What else? All right, let's circle back and let's get in some of these requests. Let's see. The first one. What was the first one? Let me see. We got a chart request over here. There we go. Long-time market sniper in the Discord. Emmanuel. Let's do it. All right. Inch for crypto. Let's do it. Whoo. That was a lot. 32 minutes. Okay. So, similar thoughts to all the other altcoins, right? But it was getting oversold. There was a reversal candle. And there's a couple of different ways you could probably draw this out. This is probably... It's like one way, right? It's already back in the trending dots. That is a positive over here. It really dropped off too, right? That's also, you like to see that in altcoins, a 65% correction after that massive pump. You could round it up to a 66% correction. But since this dip buy down here, it went all the way up 550%. So for it to correct 65%, that's awesome, right? That is awesome. If you don't swing trade, probably not awesome, right? If you don't swing trade, it's probably not awesome. But that next possible buy that dip scenario could be just right around the corner on Inge, right? It's probably looking at something like that. Let's see. MACD, don't really care about that. Yeah. So there are some positive signs for Inge for that next possible buy the dip scenario. However it plays out, maybe it spikes up, spikes back down, comes out, and then comes out like that, right? So we don't know exactly how it would play out, but you could probably kind of visualize that and see that. I mean, that was just an eyeball test, but it seems like that could play out, right? In some aspect. You got an arrow here, probably put another arrow there, right? So regardless, you're looking for that higher low. So if you got that, if this is the low, right? Probably looking for that higher low and that next breakout possibility. Of course, these coins can fly first and then come back down, put in a lower high, and come back out. So you just got to know what asset you're trading inside and out, and then just work your stop losses. And then if it starts pumping out like this, try to move your stop loss to break even wherever that is. If you are buying in here or you're buying in here and it's pumping up, I would want to move my stop loss to break even at that point, and then you're back into a risk-free trade. All right, Emmanuel, we're going to pick the other one. Probably won't do all three on RLC. So the USD versus the peso. USD MXN, right? All right, let's take a look at it. Yeah, I had that breakout. So probably bullish divergence followed by a reversal candle and then breaking out. So this is like, very similar to like how you'd want to see Inge too. What is that? So like that's probably a less aggressive and then of course more aggressive, right? So that's probably what you would be looking for on the last one that we were talking about. You probably have bullish divergence. Yep, bullish divergence. The indicator's picking it up. Bullish divergence, followed by a reverse candle. If you've been following me for any length of time, I love me some bullish divergence, followed by a reverse candle, and then of course getting back above the trending dots, breakout of downward trend line is that higher probability reversal, and then of course buy signal and price takes off to the upside. Woo-wee. That's the US dollar versus the Mexican peso, and that was a breakout. Now, don't forget about the trending dots coming out, kind of lagging, looking for that higher low as well. So you could always get a retracement on it and stuff like that. So doesn't mean there won't be pullbacks along the way, but that is the daily chart over there. All right, my man. All right. What else? I think that's it. For requests. Let's circle back, see if anything else on the charts look interesting. So is the Bitcoin bottom in? I don't know. Some of the Bitcoin miners look like they're possibly breaking out. We will see. Had a decent pullback. We still have not seen a 30% correction on Bitcoin. Let's see, that wick to wick was 19%. We still haven't seen a Bitcoin correction of 30% or more since 2022. Breaking news. Little fun fact. Matt, I bought Inge originally 18, sold 60%, 38. Now DCA between 20 and 24. Okay. As long as you have your strategy in place, not only to buy, but also to lock in profits, seems like a good idea. Look at ENS. Really want to load up on this one. All right, we got a little bit of time, 30 to 90 minutes. We ENS. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at it. Is pretty sure that's crypto, right? Crypto, ENS, pretty sure. Yeah, so similar to the other altcoins, right? So you probably draw it out like this. Smash targets to the downside for sure. Went below the 4 target. I'm sure of it. Probably had a pretty big correction. 65% as well. Looks very similar, to be honest. Looks very similar. And I have a very similar, thought process on this one as well. And I'd be looking for something like that. You've got the training dots over here. Price is getting oversold, spiked all the way down to like $11, and so that would be kind of what I would be looking at over here. No bullish divergence or anything to spot as of right now, but the bottom could be in on ENS and some of these altcoins. Just too early to call it as of right now, but that would be kind of like my next possible buy the dip scenario. Probably adjust it. Yeah, probably dial it in a little bit better like that. And that would be there. It would be. Get back above, put in a higher low. Could take some time to play out, right? So could take some time to play out. However, it plays out, and it could play out something like that. Or, we do that for fun, but also it could be one of those spikes like that, right? So, however, when and if sand breaks downward trend line, do your long-term targets? Yes. Yep. Shorter term versus long term. Longer term are still in play. Yep. 100%. In my personal opinion, yes. 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 Tesla, John. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes. The higher targets are still in play. The higher targets are still in play. In my own personal opinion, for this next possible buy the dip opportunity. One last check over here. Are we going to stay motivated with all these likes or not? Or did we lose steam? No, we lost steam. We lost it. We lost it. You got it. You got it. 14 likes. I can't keep going. I can't push these live streams an hour if we're only getting 14 likes. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Help me, help you, help me. I'd be happy to keep going through more. If you were helping me with the algorithms, I would appreciate that. With that, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for smashing the like button for the ones that did. Thank you for reposting it. Thank you for commenting. And I will see you tomorrow on Thank God It's Friday live stream, TGIF tomorrow. And we'll get back into the charts tomorrow. And I will post in the Discord some updated charts, Bitcoin, altcoins. I think I have a lot of them to post with all the details. Bitcoin mining stocks. I've got a lot to cover. It's probably going to be one of those 20 to 30 chart posts days, and I'll tag everyone over there with all the details, and we will get after it to continue to snap in the markets. Thanks again. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.